Hello and welcome back to the Reapers. So we're back on with the FA-18C. So today, nice easy one. It's a cold start. Now there are different procedures of doing this, but we're going to do it the quote basic bitch way of the GR. So when you're ready, take it away, Shermanium.
Right. So first thing, right click to set the battery to on. Leave the generators as is. They will be functional in that manner. Go to the left side. You will find the APU. You switch that on and wait for the green light to appear.
FA. On.
Right. Now, the correct way to do this now is to go to the engine crank and right click to start spooling the right engine.
Do I hold it?
No, you click it once. If you look forward towards the IFE, you will see the engine percentage start, the RPM start to spool up. Once it hits between 20 and 25, press right shift and home to spool, or to push that engine to the idle detent, and it will spool up using the AMAD.
Right, the RPM has reached 30 on the right, so I now want to unlock the throttle, which I think... So
push it forward out to the idle position.
Right control and home. No, sorry, right shift and home. There he goes.
Right shift.
Yep, there, yep.
The only... Okay, now you just wait until you hear the plane spool.
Roger.
You should also hear some flight control tests being conducted, and you'll hear Betty complaining.
Does that?
Okay, at this point you can turn on your DDIs.
Right, so that's...
Along with your AMPCD.
A firm... Done. Do I want to crank the left?
Not yet. For now, also turn on your HUD using the brightness switch. Between the HUD reject switch and the day and night switch.
Watch out. Got it. HUD is on. Beautiful. Right, HUD is on. All the displays are on.
So, right now that the DDIs are on, you should see the bits on the right, and you should see just a menu page on the left complaining about the fact that you have yet to start your other engine, which is fine because that's what we're going to do next. So now crank to the left.
Cranking left.
And the button to push the left throttle into idle is the right alt home.
Stand by. Is it when it gets to 30 RPM you want to unlock there?
You can do it at about 25.
Roger, so left, right, alt, home. Boom. Okay, up he spools. Beautiful. Wonderful. Right.
At this point, all power should be running in the systems. The crank will have reset, and the APU will shut itself off at a later point. If you look at the left DDI, you should see the menu along with some complaints from the flight control system, but this isn't a major problem because we're going to press FCS reset to fix that. The flight control, the FCS button reset just below the external tanks controls.
Looking. External tanks. Reset, yeah?
Yeah, so press it. That will reset the flight controls for you.
Roger. Done.
Now, does yours read L bleed off and right bleed off on the DDI?
Left or right DDI?
Left.
There's nothing there.
Alright, so in my case, my bleed air valves have been cycled, so I need to cycle them by just cycling them from left to right.
Roger, lovely.
And there I go, my air conditioning is now working.
What are these
okay, just go ahead.
What are these bit failures on my right DDI?
Those are built-in tests, so some of them are failing because those are still work in progress, or the system just isn't on, so don't panic, but there are some that need to be attended to. For example, the RWR, go down below the AMPCD and press the power button to turn that on and let it power up.
Okay, I've pressed the power button on the RWR.
Right, so they'll light up with green indicators, and it'll take a few minutes for the RWR to warm up. Below that, the ACM panel, just switch that to standby so it can warm up for 4 minutes.
The ECM panel.
ECM panel.
Standby, roger.
Right, and the dispenser should be set to on preemptively. Right, there's some other things we need to do now on the right. Specifically, the radar, you can switch to standby, and the INS, switch to ground. You should see, once you've done that, on the AMPCD, on the map, you should see a ground alignment taking place. Takes about 3 minutes.
There is something that's counting, so I'm guessing it's, yep, that's the ground alignment.
Yeah, it counts down from about 100 and down to about 0.5.
Yep, noted. Right, so that's that doing that.
That's your basic INS alignments.
Yep.
Let me just see here. So on the left DDI, I'm now going to press the menu button to head into the second menu, which is the FCF's page. And just double check that there are no crosses in the squares displayed on the FCS page. There are none at this time, which is good.
Stand by. Okay, I've all got empty boxes.
Excellent. And the flight control system as well. You'll also notice that it's telling you your G limit is currently 6.7.
That would explain why we can't turn at high speed.
Yeah, you can disable it in flight, but that's not what this lesson's about.
Roger.
On the right with the bit fairly is you press stop to stop the annoying flashing. So anyway, the plane is pretty much started at this point. However, I've just realized we've got to turn on the oxygen generator. So go to your back left and turn on the O-bogs.
O-bogs. Where are you, monkey?
The switch on the left above the oxygen flow knob.
Roger. Done.
Okay, so as far as I'm aware, apart from the parking brake, which is just here on the front knee panel, once you've twisted that out, you're basically good to go.
Right, lovely. Okay, that was pretty good. Why don't we, just to conclude this, why don't we do a taxi to the runway as well, because that would be a part of the startup, wouldn't it?
Not necessarily startup, but you'd do it straight afterwards, fair enough.
So you'd, and we've got nose wheel steering on the HUD. So that shows that the nose wheel steering is engaged. Is there any reason why that wouldn't be engaged?
There is a command to disable your nose wheel steering that you may end up using.
Okay, but by default it would be nose wheel steering on, wouldn't it?
Yes, but you always want to be aware just in case it isn't.
Oops, I tried to move with my
nose wheel steering high.
I tried to move with my parking brake, Sherman. So parking brake turned off. Throttle up, but to keep it low and rudder right. And just like driving a car.
Not exactly. The accelerators are all different.
Oh, you know what we should...
You might want to hit the brake now.
Braking. So yeah, you got wheel brake that you can press there. We should show high gain nose wheel steering as well. So to do that...
Well, then just watch me.
Yeah, and it's pretty amazing stuff. Hey, look at that. Is he sliding, Sherman? So the way you have to... Yeah, this is what I was doing on the carrier last night. You have to feed it in slowly and go really slowly. So if we press the nose wheel steering button, which we bound on our HOTAS, you can go from nose wheel steering to nose wheel steering high, which allows it to travel like a 90 degrees left or right. So watch this. Watch this, viewers. Whoa! You have to get your momentum up, and you have to be really gentle, but once you've mastered it, you can just sit here spinning on the spot, basically.
Yes. The thing to be aware of is you can end up, you try and center it forward and then it just gets jammed and you start skidding with no real steering.
Roger, that's what I was doing last
night. That is just let go of the nose wheel steering high and you will have the steering recentered.
Yep. Right, so all we've got to do now as part of the startup is to do a takeoff. So we are turning to the runway standby. Always keep taxi speeds low, because the brakes aren't so good.
Especially on a carrier deck where you have much less space than an airfield.
AFA. Right, Sherman. So we want flaps down to maximum, that's right, isn't it?
No, half.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, because this is not a carrier takeoff. Right, so flaps.
It's not a takeoff. Well, it's a takeoff period, which is why we're doing it half.
Yeah, my bad. It's always takeoff half, I understood. Anything else we need to set? What about takeoff trim? Is that a thing?
Yes. The button in the middle of the runner trim, you press that, and your elevators will be set into a takeoff trim position.
Look at that. Right.
The idea is basically you just let the plane roll forward on its own and she will lift off when she's ready.
Okay, we'll do a countdown and a full burn takeoff. When are we going to rotate, do you think, on an empty berth?
Somewhere between 120 and 140 would be my guess.
Ready for you.
Alright, brakes on. Release in 3, 2, 1.
Got to drag races at some point as well.
Oh yeah, another time you might want to turn off your nose wheel steering during takeoff.
Oh yeah, roger that.
Okay, so she actually took off at 180.
She took herself off. Gear up with the G button, flaps up to auto, and that's it. You're done. You're flying. Okay, lovely. Well done, Sherman. And she really does take off quickly. We need to go and do something else now, but thank you for watching, and we'll see you later.